Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a fun video. We're actually doing another neutral palette. I've never used so much neutral in my life. We are going to be doing a first impressions using the Colourpop That's Taupe collection. I already have it on right now and I can tell you I'm in love after only using 5 colours. Yes, I know. That's more than half the palette, but still. I love this palette. I love the small size of the palette. I love the packaging, the kind of shimmer metallic foiled parts that I can't get to shine. There we go. So pretty, and it's a cool toned neutral palette that you can get deep. I know I did recently the Taupes mini palette from Juvia's Place. I prefer this already and I've only just used it once. I already prefer this because of this really dark shade here and this really light shimmer here. Because the other palette was all light, like the deepest shade was maybe this, maybe not even as dark as this when it was actually on. I much prefer this palette. The tones in it, you've got kind of more mauvey taupes, or you've got your grey taupes, or you've even got your browny taupes as well. You've got a gorgeous matte kind of skin tone, I would say. It's not a skin tone for me. It actually, I use it to help blend a little bit more. It's a very natural colour on me though. This colour here, Slated, is a Supershock, which is really nice because I love that formula and I have that in my inner corner right now. I'm in love with this palette. I can't say any more. I already love it. Yeah, this is going to be one of my favourites of the year. I think I've been saying this for a lot of palettes, but I think it is. If you want to see this, look up close. My Instagram is linked down below. I always post up close eye pictures and full face pictures on my Instagram a couple of days after the video goes live. It depends on when the video goes live and it depends on what other posts I have to do prior to that. If I've already got them up, then this usually goes up quite quick. So yeah, that'll all be down below, and I will also be doing an IGTV swatching this as well, so you can see that, and probably more IGTV looks if I feel like it. And I will also be doing a 3 looks 1 palette using this palette, and that will go up soon, very soon, in a week or 2, 3 weeks, I don't know, something like that. And you can hit subscribe to see that, so you know it's already up, and it gives you a little bit more inspiration if you already have this palette. So I love it already, in case you can't tell. I almost forgot as well, swatches. We haven't done swatches. I'm gonna just pop them up over what I'm about to say anyway. The swatches are stunning. The mattes in this are so pigmented. They're so beautiful. This deep brown, I'm like feeling some things for this deep brown, like serious. I'm getting serious with it. I'm very excited to try this taupey grey brown sort of shade. I think it's going to be beautiful to do a really cool tone look. Like, this is cool tone, don't get me wrong, but there is a mauviness to it. But yeah, I'm loving this. I think it's so stunning. I think swatching it is very satisfying. I think the shimmers are beautiful. I love the fact there's a Supershock shadow in it as well. I think it just gives that extra effect. So yeah, that's the swatches. I love it already, in case you can't tell. And yeah, let's get into the look. Okay guys, so let's get straight into the first impressions using the Taupes palette. I'm so excited for this, and I feel like doing a halo eye. It's just my fave. I just love doing a halo eye, and I think these colours are going to lend really well to a halo eye. So I'm feeling, what am I feeling? Snake eyes in the middle, maybe the kind of mauvier kind of blending colour, the deepest shade, probably the Supershock shadow as my inner corner, and yeah, that's generally the vibe. There is only 9 colours in the palette, so I mean, I'm using 4 of them. I'm using almost half of them, so we're just going to play with that. I have everything on my skin. Brows and eyeshadow primer is already on. I don't have cheeks on, I don't have lips, obviously, and I don't have my shadows on, obviously. That's all listed down below, so you can see what I used for that. But let's get straight into it. I'm going to start, will I start with the deepest shade? Yeah, I think I'm going to start with the deepest shade, which is Bedrock, this one down here. And this is like, if I was picking out a dark brown, this is the kind of dark brown I like. It kind of has a purpley tone to it. It's not too red. I like that kind of tone in it. I'm taking that on a MAC 221 brush. Tap it off because I'm not sure entirely how pigmented this is going to be, and I already have my skin on. But this is just going to go on the outer corner. Just get the colour on and in the general shape you want it. That is so dark. Yes, that's what we want. So obviously not too long ago I did another taupe palette, the Juvia's Place, the Taupes palette. That's a lighter taupe palette. That could do with something like this colour in it, or even a touch lighter, like even a mixture between these two. That's what that palette could do it. But because this one has this in it, I actually already prefer this, even though this is my first time using it, just because of how dark I can actually go with it now. I can always mix the colours to get like a nice in-between shade if I wanted to. That's just what I'm missing from that other palette. I'm popping some on my inner corner, by the way. And I'm not meeting them in the middle because I haven't really been into that recently. I've been liking the gap in the middle and then using my blending colour to join them in the middle. I'm already loving it, just for the tone of that brown. That's my favourite kind of brown. Like, oh yeah, I'm so into that. Next then I'm going to take a 217 from MAC and we're going to go into the shade Python, which is the kind of mauvier of the transition shades. Like, to me there's 2 deep shades in it, even though this one's not as deep, but it is probably deep enough for some people. And then you've 1, 2, and for me 3 transition shades. This one here is not necessarily always necessary for me, but it's a nice like lid colour that looks like nothing on the eye. So we're going to go in with Python, that mauvier tone, and use that to blend out the edges of both of these sides. And it'll just give us that mauvey hue around the edges. Taking a little bit and then just bringing it into my crease on the inside here just to blend out that edge as well. You can blend that up as high as you would like. And then just with whatever's left on the brush once I have both sides blended enough. Just going to make sure that that joins in between, but I still want it to look like there's a gap between the darkness. Okay, and then just to work on the lower lash line a little bit, and I think I'm going to do like a halo bottom as well. So I'm going to take Bedrock again. This is a 214 from MAC, and we're going to work that onto the outer third of the lower lash line, making sure you're connecting it on the outer corner, leaving a gap in the middle if you can. If not, it's okay, we're still going to put shimmer there. Sometimes when I'm blending, the gap disappears. Taking a little bit of that again and pop that on the inner third. Okay, I don't know if you're going to really notice it, right? But I kind of took it in a little bit with that dark brown. I don't know why. It kind of happened on this side and then it happened more on this side. So I'm kind of going with that and we're just going to see how that goes. It's just I've extended just past where my tear duct is on the inner corner by 1 millimeter. It's like, it's noticeable, but it's not a lot. So anyway, we're going to go back into the shade Python on the 217. If you want a smaller brush, use a smaller brush if that's better for you, if that fits you better, fits your eye better, it's easier for you to use that, use it. But I want grunge, so we're going to blow this right out. And I'm just going to take that overlapping that first shade and go to town. Making sure your blend connects out here as well. And then same brush, just going to blow this out in here. Making sure to blend that little bit that I extended as well, because I want it to all be, you know, soft enough but still dramatic. And then you can always take a little bit more Bedrock on the 214 that I used and just re-intensify right into my lashes, just if I've blended a little bit too much or I blended so much that it's gone a little bit flat looking there. I've gotten some fallout just out here from that darker shade. I think it's just from layering it so much. The pigment on it though, unreal. I am going to do concealer anyway, but yeah, pigment on these, unreal, especially that dark brown. Oh, that's my favourite colour so far. I do really like the Python shade because it's that Tim Burton-esque tired eye sort of look, which I love. And here was me thinking this might be a soft halo eye, you know, everyday kind of look. You can see it's really blended in here as well, but I like it. That's the vibe I like. Once all the rest of the makeup on, it looks a lot better anyway. Alrighty, so fun times, we're going to do shimmer. So I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer, just pop a tiny bit on. I'm just going to use my finger on the center part where we have no shadow. And then whatever's left of my finger, I'm just going to dab it on the little gap. Just to give a tiny bit of tackiness down there, just for the shimmer. And then taking a 239 from MAC, just their flat brush, whatever flat brush you want to use, or your finger will do too. I'm going to take the shade Snake Eyes, which is that kind of rosy mauvey shimmer, kind of goes with the blending colour, and we're going to just pop that on the centre of the lid. Ooh, yes, I like that colour. And then just put whatever's left on the 217 with the, or 221 with the deepest shade, just press that over the edge just so we get a little bit of a blend between the shimmer and the matte. And then take that same flat shade or flat brush again and take Snake Eyes, the one that we used as the center there, and just press that on the bottom. Okay, there's a noticeable amount of fallout from that shimmer shade in particular. It looks like it's the darkest shades that are falling down, but when I kind of go like this, I can see it's the shimmers. So yeah, I'm going to tidy up a little bit around my eyes, just pop an extra little bit of concealer on because I don't set my concealer anyway, so I can layer it up if I need to. Pop a tiny little bit of concealer around my eyes. I'll come back, we'll finish off the shadows because I still have 2 more colours that I want to use. You might be surprised, but 2, yes. Okay, so tidied up. It wasn't too bad to tidy up, it was fine. There was just a lot of shimmer, that was it. So what I'm going to do now is actually take the shade of Boa, which is that nudist sort of shade in the palette. This is the kind of colour that I would only really use if I didn't want to look like I had too much makeup on, because it's deeper than my skin, but close enough that you wouldn't notice it too much. But I'm actually going to use this just to give me a further blend around the edges, just because I think it'll look really nice then. I'm taking this on a BH Cosmetics number 5 Rose Gold brush, just a big fluffy brush, and taking some of that, and then I'm like literally going on my brow bone as if I was highlighting with it, but it's actually deeper than my skin, so it's gonna still keep that nice grunginess, but it'll just help make sure my blend is lovely. Okay, and then last little step, I'm gonna take the Supershock shadow, which is called Slated, this guy here, and I'm gonna take that on my finger, my baby finger, because Supershock shadows do apply better with your fingers, because I'm gonna use a Supershock cheek in a while, and that applies better with my finger anyway. So I'm just gonna press this, and this is so nice and twinkly. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. And because it's a little bit transparent, the colours that I did apply on that very inner corner still peeks through a little bit, but the sparkle brightens it slightly. Okay, so that is the finished look. I am going to jump off, finish off my eyes, skin and lips, and I'll come back and let you know what I use for the rest of my face. Alright guys, so this is how I finished off my face. Let me go quickly through everything that I used on my face. So to finish off the eyes, I was going to do a winged liner with this, but when I do my halos, I get in that moment of really rounded eyes and I really like it, so I didn't. I just used my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Demolition. It's teeny weeny, and I just lined my waterline and my upper waterline as well, like tight lined, just to give me a little bit extra smokiness and amp up the eyes a little bit more. My mascara then is my Clinique Lash Power Mascara that I've been using for the past while. And then my lashes are the Kiss Lash Couture Faux Mink collection in the style Boudoir. So they're kind of shorter than I have been going for recently. Short, they kind of wing out at the bottom, but they're really dense at the root, so they really add that smoky effect without completely taking over the whole eye. So I'm loving those, and they're actually quite comfortable because they only go like, they're only about that wide. They're not the full width of my eye, but they're not a 3/4 lash. It's weird. They're like in between. So yeah. Then onto my cheeks, I used my MAC Mineralize blush in the shade Humour Me as my bronzer contour type of vibe. It's more of a bronzer on me. And then another Mineralize blush I used, my Warm Soul, just to warm up my face a little bit because we're going very cool on the eyes and lips, so I decided to go warm on the cheeks. And then just to go with the vibe of Colourpop, I decided to use my Flexitarian Supershock cheek, if I can get it open. Looks like that, super reflective. I put a good bit on accidentally, but you know, can't help it. And then finally my lip is the MAC lip pencil in Stone, super nice grey brown, very beautiful, goes really well with the tones on the eyes, and also the Makeup Geek iconic lipstick in the shade Rare, which is a taupey brown, and I love it. I think it looks really, really nice. I've been like really thinking about what looks I want to do with this palette and really trying to pair a good lip with it to really either make it more dramatic or tone it back a little bit, and I think this kind of balances everything out, and I love it. And this is so me. I love this look. Okay guys, so that is our first impressions using the Colourpop That's Taupe palette. I love it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is a gorgeous small palette. Like, I would definitely get a lot of use out of this. I could think of a lot of different looks I can use. Even though it's monochromatic, it's cool toned neutral. It's dramatic if you want it to be like this, or I could actually go even more dramatic than this, which I might go. I really want to use this shimmer down here. Very interested in that one. So I want to see how dark I can really get in my 3 Lux 1 palette. Hopefully I can get really dark, but I just think the tones of this is stunning. The packaging, stunning. I really want more mini palettes from Colourpop, so maybe Black Friday. I know that's November. I understand. I know what you're telling me, but that's my ban. My ban is until Black Friday. I'm hoping in between now and then I don't order anymore. I don't know. There is a few I'm eyeing up, but I can't help it. But I'm not allowed to order any eyeshadow palettes. I'm allowed to order makeup, not eyeshadow palettes though, because I got too many. I had 15 palettes, still waiting on a couple of them. This, I'm definitely eyeing up a couple of the other 9-pan palettes. I know I'm the last person on the entire earth to get these, but whatever. Yeah, I love it. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, more eyes, and also let me know you like the video so I'll do more. I will do more if you give me a like. Also hit subscribe down below to see more videos, to see my 3 Lux 1 palette. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a 3 Lux. I was between doing a 3 and a 2, but I came up with a 3rd look, so I think I'm going to do a 3 Lux 1 palette. So that'll be coming up, plus many more palettes and colour series and collection videos, and I've got lots of other stuff. I think I'm doing a favourites video if it's not up already. I don't know. Also, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, what do you think of the look? Do you have this palette? And if you have other Colourpop 9-pan palettes, let me know which ones I should get. I was eyeing up the smoke sessions or blowing smoke or whatever it was called, the black and grey one. I was eyeing that one up. I think it was the strawberry shake one, whichever one was the kind of reddish one. Maybe the green one. Maybe the blue one. I don't know. I'd have to have a look and see. Oh, the mauves I wanted. Yes, I actually wanted to order that with this. I was going to get those two, but they didn't have the mauves in stock, which was annoying. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye.